Hello, I'm Sylvia Wheeler, she, her, hers, and I'm a member of the First Parish Living Our Spirituality team. As Reverend Adam explained in his May 2nd homily, we've been working for several months now on a planning process that is different than what we've done in the past, recognizing the unique times that we are facing. Last November, the governing board asked a group of congregants who were new to strategic planning at First Parish but familiar with group processes in other settings, to look at where we are now and how we might invent a process to guide the congregation over the next 3 to 5 years. What we have designed is intended to build on all that we have been learning together during this very, very difficult time as individuals and as members of this community. We invite all of you to participate in what we envision as a journey of discovery, of looking within and looking outside of ourselves to see what is possible. We invite everyone, those of who have been part of our community for a long time, those who are getting to know us, and those who are new to First Parish. We invite people of all ages, families, friends, who have not been a part of our congregation, but are involved in the activities of this community and care about its future. At the beginning of 2020, Reverend Adam, the governing board, and ministry teams have begun to consider the words of our mission and whether or not they still hold the ideas and inspiration needed to carry us forward. Like so much in our lives, that early work was put on hold as we confronted the multifaceted issues and challenges of the pandemic. It is now time to move back into the circle and cycle of planning ahead. This has been an unprecedented period in our lifetimes, not only because of COVID-19, but many other sweeping changes. A time of vocal resistance to racial injustice as violence continues against Black, Indigenous, and other people of color. We have been through the trauma of a contentious election, turned into insurrection in the very heart of our democracy. And we have seen many in our country and throughout the world suffer economic hardship from the pandemic and from the devastating impacts of global climate change. In just over 10 years from now, not very long at all, we will be celebrating the 400th anniversary of First Parish when it was founded. History calls on us today to look deeply at what we have done in the past and what we can do in our future that could change lives for the better. Some of us have experienced personal loss in these last months, and we all have witnessed profound loss that has, for many of us, made us deeply question our assumptions about life and death, privileges we have that others do not, what can be done. Let's call on the dedication, the knowledge, and goodwill of others to save lives and to save our planet. These months have given us time, sometimes an awful lot more time than we might have liked, to really look at these questions and many more tough ones that we've all had to address. Today, as we walk into the light once again of the springtime and the hope of ending the pandemic, we have begun to ask, what's next? The issues of today and the opportunities for change have rarely been more pressing. We at First Parish have the opportunity now to create a very different community with renovation and restoration of our beautiful meeting house, new ways to do church online as well as in person, finding ways to live into the eighth principle as we consider its adoption, another spiritual touchstone in our faith, continuing to work with the unhoused in this city through our work with Y2Y, the shelter in our lower level, and the recent restart of Tuesday meals. And so many options for social justice action, climate change initiatives, immigration advocacy, So much on our plate. How can we find paths together as an empowered community? During these past 12 months, we have learned a lot about ourselves and each other. It has been a time of sharing more intimately. In some of our Sunday chats and in Soul Matters, I've learned more about others in our congregation than I have in 10 years of pleasant conversations at Social Hour and working with many of you on committees. This has been a time of deepening relationships, of members reaching out to check on how well we've been coping with lockdowns and our isolation, of building understanding of the concerns and painful times for others. It has been a time of building trust and caring for what happens to each and every one of us. With all that we have learned together, there is no better time to ask questions and learn more. What the strategic planning team has designed is a very different approach to planning, one that is based on the idea that we all have something to contribute. We all have a voice that wants to be heard, and that we all can learn, as we have in these last months, to listen with an open heart as we seek to build a caring community, ready to work, ready to play, and ready to grow together. We hope in the coming months that our shared exploration will lead to some insights for our own journey and what we hope for First Parish. This is a period of reflection on how we are living our spirituality. The first step of our process is titled Embracing Our Collective Spirituality, and we hope you will join in by listening to this video introduction, and then we invite you to share your thoughts in some new ways that are designed to make it easy, fun, and meaningful, as Monica Bueno and Josh Sheldon will describe in the following segments. Thank you for taking this first step with us.